Our focus has been on looking at watersheds that are the most populated, the highest number of people per area. And the watershed that we've been focusing on is the Almendares Vento, and it has a population density of 1,400 people per square kilometer. And our thought is that if we invest in this area, it would benefit the most people. So a lot of our focus has been on the Almendares Vento. This is what the Almendares Vento looks like. In the dark green here is the Almendares Vento, and overlying the green, or the aquifer, is a river, the Almendares River. And this river infiltrates into the aquifer, and very significantly we have the Ejército Rebelde reservoir, which cuts into the aquifer, providing a direct conduit between water at the surface and the groundwater which supplies the aquifer. This is fine, this conduit is fine, but if you have contamination in your watershed, such as illustrated at the Papel Nacional, and plus all these other sources of contamination given by the red dots, then there's concern. Especially of concern is the sewage coming from town of Cotorro, and also the industrial waste from a metal smelter upstream, because all of this contamination then flows into Ejército Rebelde and then provides a direct conduit by which the contamination from these sources goes into the drinking water supply. There was a possible remedy that was evaluated through a student design project. Cristina Ortega was the lead on that study. And actually, during the time that the student team, in addition to Cristina, Karen, and Reshma, were working on it, her family went to Cuba to visit family, and they went by the San Pedro pump station. We had read a lot about the San Pedro pump station, because there was a remedy that was written about that it would take all the sewage from Cotorro, the waste from the metal smelter, take it to the pump station, and then take it out of the aquifer. It's a great idea. You get it out of the water supply. But what we read was that the pump station was out of order. So Christina's family went, and lo and behold, it was true. The pump was, everything was there, everything was brand new, but the electric panel was removed, and it was cannibalized. They used it for spare parts. So this one little part of the water system resulted in the sewage essentially going in a place that we didn't, you don't want to see it. The cost for repairing the pump station, we estimate to be relatively small, less than $1 million. And also, as part of the design project, the student design project, they initiated a wastewater treatment plant so that the Cojimar River, which is the receiving water, would be protected as well. And the cost of that is estimated at $24 million. So in addition to the wastewater issues within the city of Havana, La Habana, there's also additional wastewater treatment plants throughout the country, but they're scattered, they're very few, there's not enough to treat all the sewage in the highly populated areas. So a study by another student group, and Jose Cueto is here, along with Omar de Leon, they estimated the costs associated with rehabilitating the wastewater system at $2.2 billion. The majority of the cost is due to pipes that are needed to bring the sewage to a wastewater treatment plant. There's additional costs with the wastewater treatment plant, but the majority of the cost is with the pipes at $2.2 billion to bring it up to par for the highly urbanized areas. In addition to that, the potable water was also evaluated. The interesting thing about potable, or the drinking water, is that there was enough treatment capacity to supply the population. The problem with the potable water is because of the lack of maintenance on the distribution pipes, there's a lot of leaks. So half of the water that is treated doesn't get to the people that need it. And so there's water shortages as a result of that. In order to bring the drinking water system up to minimum levels for the community, we estimated, Jose and Omar, estimated a cost of $3.5 billion for a grand total of $5.7 billion, which is the sum of what is needed for the wastewater and the drinking water systems. At this point, I'd like to conclude the water and wastewater discussions. I just want to mention that for more information and details, we have a compendium, a paper copy of the compendium that we have been collecting $20 for donation towards the associations. The intention is that this money will be used towards supporting student design and additional interest in water, wastewater, transportation, healthcare, power, telecommunication issues, infrastructure issues for the island. We also have the report posted online at the website listed there. It's in English, and we're about 1 day away from publishing the Spanish version as well. At this point, I'd like to hand it over to Andy.
Okay.